Trump went after Fox News' Chris Wallace, Mike Wallace's son. Poor Chris Wallace. Trump, Sunday afternoon, blasted Chris Wallace after Wallace grilled House Minority Whip Steve Scalise on the House impeachment inquiry. Steve Scalise, you talk about somebody who looks like a mobster gunzel. I mean, doesn't he? I mean, he does with that bowling ball fucking head of his and that little frizzy shit on top. Steve Scalise. You know, and the way he talks, like, you got a real nice dry cleaning establishment here. I bet you want to keep it, right? Hey. Steve Scalise. Hey. This is what Trump tweeted. Steve Scalise blew the nasty and obnoxious Chris Wallace, will never be his father Mike, away on Chris's lowest rated, unless I'm on, morning show. This kind of dumb and unfair interview would never have happened in the Fox News past. This fucker has the ability to lard in 3 or 4 insults in a sentence that barely can contain one, but he does it. Nasty, obnoxious, will never be as good as his father, low-rated, dumb, unfair. Woo! In his interview with Steve Scalise on Sunday, Wallace pressed Scalise on his characterization of the diplomats who have testified before the House Intelligence Committee in the past week as, quote, Committee Chair Adam Schiff's witnesses. They're Schiff's witnesses. Chris Wallace countered that all of the witnesses worked within the Trump administration. And then Scalise responded that senior State Department official George Kent, top Ukraine envoy Bill Taylor, and former U.S. ambassador to Ukraine Marie Yovanovitch all testified they never witnessed impeachable offenses. Well, and they never witnessed a fucking avalanche either, did they, Steve? And they never witnessed Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer either, did they? So what's your point, you idiot? Wallace responded, quote, with all due respect, that very badly mischaracterizes what they did say. They were asked, William Taylor, for instance, the acting ambassador to Ukraine, they were asked whether or not these were impeachable offenses. And he said, I'm here as a fact witness. I'm not here to pass judgment. Stick that up your ass, Scalise, up there with all the pizza and stuff. You're another one, Scalise. Keep eating. But, Chris Wallace added, William Taylor made it clear what he thought about what Trump was doing. Oh, well, see, that means you're a never Trumper. A never Trumper. It sounds like something out of Romper Room. You know? Remember that TV series 1,000 years ago, Romper Room? All the little kids. I'm a never Trumper, look at me. I'm a never Trumper, I have to pee. A never Trumper, a never Trumper. Guess who else got labeled a never Trumper? Jennifer Williams. Trump tweeted about her, and he put, whoever that is, well, he is one of Mike Pence's top national security aides. Did you see that? Let me check here. This is from Politico. Trump on Sunday labeled one of his vice president's top national security aides a never Trumper, a day after it was disclosed that she had said the president's July call with Ukraine was, quote, unusual and inappropriate in a deposition to Congress. That's what she said. Trump tweeted that this woman, Jennifer Williams, whoever that is, should read the transcripts. of his calls, both his calls, to President Zelensky of Ukraine. And then he added, quote, then she should meet with the other never-Trumpers who I don't know and mostly never heard of and work out a better presidential attack. What an asshole. What a complete asshole. Trump. Trump, of course, he never does, but he didn't offer any evidence that Williams had ever opposed him. She's worked for Republicans for like 20 years. Spokespeople from the State Department and Vice President Mike Pence's office did not respond to requests for comment. No, I wouldn't think you would, you cowardly little fucks. Trump can say anything about you, to you, over you, around you, through you, you little cowardly shits, and you will not respond. What are they afraid of? Trump's assassination squad? Ooh, does he have hitmen? Does he borrow Vladimir Putin's hitmen? You know, I've mentioned this before. Everybody thinks, a lot of people think, especially the Trumpers, the always Trumpers, they think, well, he doesn't go to Russia. Everybody's trying to make it out like he has a bunch of Russian gangsters. Listen, you dumbasses, since you live in Beaufort, Oklahoma or someplace, or Ohio or Mississippi, you have no goddamn idea about Brighton Beach, which is a, I don't want to call it a suburb, but it's part of greater New York City. And Brighton Beach is about 80%, 70% Russian? Russian! Now, they're mostly legal Russian emigres who just couldn't take living under communism and got the hell out. But that chain migration thing that we've heard a lot about, you know, you get one of these little Russian gangsters' citizenship, and then he or she starts dragging the rest of the mob in behind him or behind her. And these are the people who supported Trump when nobody else in New York would give him a fucking dime because he is a loser. A loser who knows how to work the fake media. All those years. So that's how Trump connected with the gangsters back in Moscow or other cities in Russia, right up to and including Vladimir Putin. When word got back, probably 25 or 30 years ago, hey, there's this American named Trump. And he doesn't like Jews, and he doesn't like black people, and he doesn't like immigrants. This is exactly what you're looking for, Vlad. And he's an ignorant son of a bitch, but he wants to be famous and be well known. So he screws contractors to have buildings built and put his name on it. He never pays them. So we can step in here and provide him some money, and we'll own the son of a bitch. That's what happened. That's how Trump met all his Russian mafia types. He didn't have to go to any city in Russia. All he had to do was go out to Brighton Beach, which I think is Brooklyn, isn't it? Hi, Truth Seekers. Mike Malloy here. As you know, we've switched formats and are now broadcast exclusively on the Progressive Voices Network. So that means you get fewer program interruptions, no corporate commercials, and lots of profanity. But our format change also means some of our radio listeners no longer hear the program. It's been a while since I mentioned our podcasts, so you may have forgotten that there is a way to listen to this program anytime you need a good dose of screaming. Visit MikeMalloy.com and subscribe to our podcasts. You have your choice. You can listen to the ranting with the audio podcast or listen and watch me lose control with a video podcast subscription. As a podcast subscriber, you can download the program to your mobile device and take me with you wherever you go. And if you have a friend who needs a dose of truth-seeking, you can give a gift subscription as well. That's MikeMalloy.com, and never miss a minute of the uncensored fun and frivolity.